Hey, do you want to manifest your dreams? Do you want to bring your dreams into reality? Do you want to believe that you deserve to have that dream that you are dreaming of? Then you are in the right place and the right time. Thank you for being here and listening and watching. I am Orion. Today is all about manifestation, ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom about manifestation, the science and art of manifestation, and how we bring something that is merely a dream into full-blown manifestation, and how can you live your best life ever. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fill all interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by thought. Enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to the show. This is your host, Orion, and I am super inspired by this conversation because this is a conversation about manifestation. And this is a conversation that I feel like no matter how many times you talk about it or hear about it, it always feels like new information because we tend to forget. Our default is not to think that we are powerful beyond imagine, that we are capable in creating our circumstances, that we are responsible for everything that's happening to us. Our default is sometimes to get into victim mode or think that we are powerless. And this conversation is just a reminder for you that you are powerful beyond whatever you think. You are powerful, you have the capacity, you have the talent, and you are a part of this world. And you can affect the fabric of your reality by doing the following steps. So I'm going to talk about manifestation. I'm going to talk about the steps to manifest your desires. And I'm going to share some stories from my own personal life about how I manifested things. And even though I did it in the past, I still struggle with the same self-defeating thoughts of, who am I? Can I do it? But the more you're into this stuff, the more you're having those enlightened conversations, the more you hear stuff that fulfills you, you have less of those emotions. And it will be easier to, like a cork, jump back into being more of a Pollyanna, being more of a positive thinker, regardless of what you see in the news, regardless of what you see in front of you, regardless of what your environment is or your perceived reality is. You can always change that perception when you are connected to your higher power, because I call it God. Some people call it the big spirit, the universe, whatever makes you comfortable. I'm going to use the word God because that's what I believe in. And the first idea of manifestation is to trust God, to trust that there is a higher intelligence, that there is something out there that is breathing through you without you even thinking about it, that is making your heart beat without you even trying. So that intelligence that makes a tree grow out of a tiny seed, that intelligence that is moving the weather patterns and then the clouds, and that intelligence that is all good and wants for you to have your best life ever. And you are a co-creator in this process. Your thoughts, your actions, the way you speak affect whether a dream is going to be manifested or stay in that field of dreams and potential. Your thoughts, your intention, your connection is like watering that seed. And when you go into I can't, negative thoughts, focusing on lack, that seed gets dehydrated. So you have to keep watering it until the dream come true. And sometimes our dreams come true not exactly the way we thought they will, but it's always for our highest good if we really see it. So the first step in manifestation is that trust in that intelligence and the belief that it is there for you and everything is happening for you. Even the hard times, it's happening for your highest and best good. And when I look back at my life, I experienced an abusive relationship, and at that moment, I didn't see God's hand in it. I didn't understand why I'm going through so much pain and suffering, physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. I couldn't see the hand of God in it, and I felt like a victim of my reality. And it was a process for me to get out of that victimhood and reclaim my power. It wasn't easy. It took a lot of time, took a lot of methodologies, um, but it took a lot of trust in myself, in my higher power, in God, that I can recover and I can win in life. Even if I experience something bad, my past does not define me. I'm going to build my future, from the vision of the future that I want, and step into that reality. I'm not going to let my environment, my pain, other people's thoughts, collective, universal thoughts to get into me and tell me that because I experienced this and this, I won't be able to move forward. And yes, it was not easy. It was a process. It took a lot of trying. It took a lot of me fighting for what I want. Either physically, where I went and I studied martial arts, and also mentally, like consuming all the good information that I can consume because I didn't like where I was. And there was a point where I said, that's enough. I do not want to live my life like a shadow of myself. I want to manifest the best life for myself that I can manifest. And with that determination, I moved forward. And that was the first step, to connect to your light and to believe that there is a light out there that can help you increase your light. That you are a co-creator and you can affect your reality. And it took a lot of crying and praying and connecting and taking action, but also a lot of mental action, like looking at my vision, looking at what I want. And it didn't happen instantly that I went from broken to life is amazing. It's a process. So be kind and gentle with yourself. No matter what you're struggling with right now, everything can become better. We all have areas in our lives we want to improve on. We all have areas where we're not feeling good enough, or we don't feel belong, or life was too hard for us, so we were not feeling like we're capable. That's okay. It's a part of the human experience. We live in a world of polarity, of yin and yang, of light versus darkness, big, small. Everything is duality. Without the darkness, we won't be able to appreciate the light. And sometimes a part of our soul's journey is to experience what we are experiencing so we can harness our light and bring this light forward to this world. As I reflect back on that relationship, I can see that this was a gift from God for me. And I had a choice. I could give up and step into a complete different timeline where I'm not the person that I am today and I don't have the things that I have today. Or I can fight for what I want. And when I say fight, I mean didn't give up on myself, because I knew there was a light inside. I can hold on to this light, and the moment I'm doing the right steps, God will help me. Something will work out. If you broadcast this very, very strong desire constantly into that field, and your signal is the signal that is like a bright light in the field will reorganize itself around you, and in due time will bring you all the people and the right circumstances to fulfill your dreams. I am very blessed now that I have a beautiful man in my life that loves and cherishes me. And it's like any relationship, it's always, you have to work on your relationship like you work on your cleanliness. Like you brush your teeth every morning, you always have to invest into your relationship. But I'm so grateful for what I have right now in my life. And that would never have happened if I didn't experience the darkness, the polarity, the what I don't want, for me to understand what I do want and ask for that. But also to reflect on myself and see where I was a part of it. I was the one who chose this guy. I was the one who allowed a lack of boundaries. And the moment I took my responsibility for this, everything changed. So this journey was amazing. Like the pain gave me so much light in my life right now to create the relationship and the family that I always desired. So the first step is really desiring and trusting God. And you desire and you trust that infinite intelligence that is working for you. And when you understand that things are happening for you and not to you, you're not a victim. You have the power to change everything in your life. It depends on which story you want to tell. You can tell the story of victimhood and tell yourself and everybody else why you can never change your life. And when you tell this story again and again and again, it's going to become your reality, obviously. Or you can tell it a better story. This and this happened to me, and I'm going to succeed, and I'm going to manifest. And then you drop the this and this happened to me, unless it's a story of becoming, like the story I just told you, because I wanted to inspire you to know that even in the darkest moment, you can find your light. So you drop that negative story and you start telling yourself a better story about yourself. A part of me telling myself a better story at that painful moment was doing mirror work from Louise Hay. Louise says, when something good happens, go to the mirror and say, I love you. And when something bad happens, go to the mirror and say, I love you. I love you no matter what. For me, to tell myself the story of self-love took a lot of courage because I was so ashamed of myself, so lonely, so isolated, so broken, and I didn't really love myself. It was almost like I was telling a lie to the mirror. So, first time I told myself, I love you. I couldn't hold it. I started crying. And there were a few more times where I said it and I was crying. And then I was able to look in the mirror and say, I love you and keep a straight face. And then I was able to look in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. To hug myself, to hug the hurt and the pain. And I start telling myself a better story. Think about it. What story are you telling yourself right now? Is it a good story? Is it an adventure story? Is it a drama? Is it a sitcom? Like what is this story? Is it a comedy? Which story do you want to build? If you are the architect of your life or the one who's writing the script and affecting the field, what story are you writing? Is it drama and action? I know my story sometimes has drama and action because I do like action movies. Sometimes sci-fi movies. Sometimes I like drama. But I gotta be conscientious about which story am I right now projecting into the field. And I advise you to do the same. Which story do you want? Which story do you want to focus on? Another thing in the process of manifestation is gratitude. You want to be grateful for what you have. Because you want to recognize that even if you are having a hard time, there are some good things. You can walk, you can breathe, you can talk. Some people cannot do that. Whatever you have, hold on into that and be grateful for that. And more than that, and that might be a challenge, and it's a whole different conversation, but I'm just going to touch on it briefly. You can also be grateful for what's not working for you, because even that is for your highest good. You can't see it. Sometimes we can't see what's going to happen. Like, we cannot see how the events right now are going to affect the future. But if we're grateful and in surrender for whatever we have in gratitude, then there is no resistance for the good to come in. When you are resisting what is, and you're saying, I don't want this, and 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 I don't want this, guess what? What picture is forming in your mind? What vision? Is that the vision of what you want or the vision of what you don't want? And you're focusing on, I don't want it, 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 I don't want it. This is the picture. This is the vision that you are creating. How about thank you for what I have? Thank you for the good in my life. Thank you for my family or friend or the fact that I can breathe. Thank you for waking up this morning. Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for, I got up this morning, I did the dishes. Yay. And then you focus on what you want. And you train your brain from going to focusing on the lack and fear to focusing on what's really, really good. Because two people can look at the same item and see two different things. For example, this case here, right? If somebody is looking at it from the front, they can see a straight line. If somebody's looking at it from here, they can see the writing. If somebody is looking at it from here, they can see the zipper. Same reality, same object, different ways of looking at it. And it's about the way you look. And your story affects your vision and how you look at things and how you look at your reality. There is no one reality. There is no one truth. Your reality is the reality that you're building. If you feel sad and somebody comes and said, hey, man, you just won $1 million in the lottery. All of a sudden, your reality is changing. Your emotions are happy. You don't even have those $1 million, but you're so happy because there is the perception of happiness. So it's about perception. It's about how you see your vision. It's about not seeing the negative and looking and being gratitude for what is good. What do I have now? What's good here? How can I focus on the good in my life and train my brain to see what's good in my life so I can create that vision of the dream that I want to manifest and bring into this world? Clear mental picture. Like I said before, if you focus on what's the picture that you want to manifest? Do you want to manifest a fortune? Do you want to manifest bringing a child to the world? Do you want to manifest a beautiful relationship? Do you want to manifest peace and harmony in your surroundings? What do you want to manifest? Is that picture clear enough? When you hold a vision, you want to hold a vision of exactly what you want. It's not a hard thing to do. We all kind of know what we want. Sometimes we can visualize it with our mind. Sometimes we feel it in our heart. We know what we want. But if that picture is becoming murky because of other people's opinion, because of our environments, because of old negative beliefs, then we won't have that clarity of picture. If we are focusing on wealth, for example, but we think about poverty, then those two pictures are going to collide. If you want to focus on wealth, then focus on wealth. See what's good. If you bring into this picture, yeah, but there are starving people and there are people who experience war, guess what? It's always going to be there. This universe is made out of light and darkness. There is a lot of darkness, but guess what? There's a lot of greatness. Which movie do you want to step into? The one that, regardless of what's happening, you are wealthy and successful? Or the one that you're down, depressed because you always see and look at the suffering? And believe you me, I'm an empath. I'm very empathetic. And I noticed myself really being affected by the news and feeling sad for a lot of bad things that happen. And it does not serve me at all. Me being sad for somebody who's suffering cannot help them. Me being successful and being able to go and inspire someone or support someone somehow, support a cause, that's awesome. But when I'm just feeling sad for somebody else, it really, really does not help them, does not elevate them. It just brings me down. Just like when I'm coaching someone who's having a really bad time, or, I worked with somebody who had like, sexual abuse, or really like bad things. If I'm working with somebody and I'm going to like just like be sucked into their suffering, I will just go down with them, and it's not going to help them at all. When I keep who I am and keep my light, I can help bring them up to my level. As an empathic person, I always kind of like touch the suffering. Like I feel their feelings. I cannot not feel people's feelings. It's just who I am. But I don't let that sway me or take me into my own suffering, my own, like, oh, I'm so sad for them. And then it's me. I get out of myself and into what they need. And then I can serve. So if you want to serve the world, don't put this vision of how bad the world is. Yes, bad things happen all day long, all day long. And yet you can live a beautiful, successful life. And when you live a beautiful, successful life, you have the power and the capacity to help others. Just like when you go on airplane and they say put on your, if you're with a child, put on your oxygen mask first. Why? If you don't have oxygen, if you're not taking care of yourself, you won't be able to put the oxygen mask on somebody else. Even if you really love them, you want to put the oxygen mask on them first, but guess what? You're dying. So take care of yourself, increase your frequency, increase your light, step into that higher vision, and from that higher place, you can do so much good in the world. And the best way to, let's say you are very strong financially, it's really good to donate and help people in need. And yet, the best way to help somebody in need is not to give them the fish, is to teach them how to fish, is to inspire them, to be there for them, to direct them, to teach them. This is the best way to inspire people. Social media sucks. It's an amazing tool, but it also sucks because when it's late night, your willpower is gone, and you're just scrolling through whatever, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever your TikTok, whatever you like. I read somewhere that the technology can read your brainwaves, and that's how they bring you the things that you're interested in. So if something's really scary and you're really interested in it, because it's scary and it's like very exciting, you will see more and more of this. And the more you see of the darkness and the painful things, the more you are taking yourself away from your vision. Man, you cannot hold a vision of a beautiful life or an achievement or a dream where you see horrible, I don't know, when you watch horrible news or see horrible videos, or especially those shorts that are like messing with your brain and taking you out of focus anyways, because all the cuts are super fast and they're getting super fast. I'm like, oh my God, our kids, how can I protect my kid from all this super fast, fast-paced cutting and editing? So guard your ears and guard your eyes to the best of your abilities. I mean, we cannot avoid our reality, obviously. Bad things happen. We're going to hear about them. And take responsibility of your part of what you can do about it. Can you turn off your social media and instead go and watch like a long form lecture or this channel, this YouTube channel, this podcast, and get really inspired and put really good things in your mind that will help you focus on your dream and your vision? Because every time you go down a negative path of focusing into the pain and going into lower emotions, focusing on things that you don't even have zero influence on, like a war in a distant country. You have no influence about it. You can scream and shout, and you know what? Things are going to unfold the way they're going to unfold. Instead, take yourself, focus on what's good. Focus on your life. No matter what's happening in your surrounding, no matter what your environment is, you can win in life. It's your birthright. And you have the capability of doing it. So when you are inspired and you focus on your dream and you focus on your dream, and you don't only focus on your dream for like, oh, I meditated an hour this week, so I'm good. You focus on your dream all day long. You focus like there's an undercurrent of trust and belief that your dreams are going to come true. And you know it and you believe it in your heart. And you do it 24/7. And every time you see something that reminds you of your dream, see the beautiful photo, the beautiful vision, the beautiful say the beautiful affirmation that will help you connect to that vision. When we see that somebody has things that we don't have, we have a choice. We can be envious and jealous, or we can be super grateful for the universe, God, that brought this thing into our attention. And this is an example of what we ourselves can achieve. Which thought do you think will bring you closer to your vision? Envious? Jealousy? Depression? I don't have it. I'll never have it. They can do it. I cannot. I'd have to be born into a wealthy family, or other people can manifest, but not me. Or, wow, look at that house. I'm going to save this because this is going to be like the house on my vision board. This is going to be the house that is on my vision in my mind. This is going to be what I'm going to dream of. Thank you, universe, for giving me an affirmation of what amazing good life I can have. Think about it. Today, when you walk around and you see things that reminds you of your desire, and if you start feeling like, oh, you're going back to the default of, oh my goodness, I don't have it, they have it, just change it. The more you change it, the more you get into the habit of changing it. There can be like two kids that were born to the same family with the same environment, the same food, the same clothes, the same struggles, and one of them can become a criminal and one of them can become a saint. And they can be twins. So it's not your environment that can put you down. Even in the worst environments, you can find the light. There is this book, As a Man Thinking, by Viktor Frankl. And he was a psychiatrist he was in the World War II, in a Holocaust camp. He saw people starving and dying. But even this very, very terrible environment, the vision that he held for himself is how he's gonna, at the end of the war, get out of there and write a book and teach people on how to get out of really dark situations. I read it a long time ago, so it's that feel of the book. What he did was he found purpose even in this dark place. He would inspire people, and he always had the vision of a great life that he's going to have. And he did, while other people perished and died from starvation and all those horrible situations. And he held into that vision. He held so tightly. The end of the war of the war. That's exactly what happened. He went out, had a successful practice, wrote this book that people teach until today, and was a light and inspiration for everyone. Two people in the same environment, concentration camps, the worst environment ever. Like you're treated less than an animal. You sleep with no clothes on a wooden bench along with hundreds of people in a tiny room. It's like the things people went through there were so horrible and painful. And yet people like that held a vision of what can be, managed to survive and strive and have big families and continue the lineage regardless of that painful suffering they've been through. I feel like the more I own my situation, the more I have power over my situation. Things happen to me that I don't like. Things happen in life that I don't like. Wars happen that I don't like them. People acting in a nasty way, I don't like it. I can let that bring me down, and sometimes I do, and it brings me down. But I don't stay there. I feel my feelings, and like a cork, I pop up. I don't stay in the negative, and I keep being determined to have my vision and have my dream. I'm not always like, oh my god, my vision, my vision. There are many times where I kind of lost faith. But when I lost faith, I talk to God and I say, God, this is too much. I can't handle it. Please help me. Please give me the strength. And what I do is also take care of myself better. Because when you take care of your body and you stretch and you strengthen your body and you eat good food, you have more clarity of mind and you're able to be there for yourself and for your family and for your loved ones. So if you ever lose hope, just pray. Pray to God, the universe, infinite intelligence, whatever you feel that intelligence is running your life, and ask it to help you. Even that sends a signal. And if you don't have the desire, you can even pray to have the desire. You always have the power. There's no excuse. You always have power in you. It's your job to find that. Nobody else can do it for you. People can help you, assist you, coaches it can be amazing. Can help you do a lot of things, but hey, you're the one who have to, listen to this podcast. You're the one who has to go and dream. Nobody can dream for you. You're the one who has to, like, if you wake up in the middle of the night, go and write down your vision and what you want. Focus on that vision. That's your responsibility. Nobody else can do it for you. Just like in the gym, nobody can do your push-ups for you. Own it. Own your power, because you are powerful. You are powerful. Powerful more than you ever know. Own it. And God had your back. As long as you really, really want to focus on that, on your power and be powerful, you will take inspired actions. And things will, like I said, unfold around you to bring about the manifestation of your dream. You can do it. You can do it. It's very simple. You can do it. That's why I'm here. I'm just telling you, like, all the steps and all that. It's great for your logical mind, but I think the basis of all of this is the belief that God has your back, God is within you, and you can do it. You can change your life. You can get that job, you can get that business going, you can get that relationship going, you can have that baby, you can have that relationship, you can do it. A part of manifestation is the surrendering too. Oh God, I don't like the word surrender. But didn't like it at all. But I understood that in order for me to get what I want, I needed to surrender. That's how I feel like I manifested the love of my life, where I was in a place of surrendering and crying and saying, God, listen, I cannot do it on my own. Please help me. And Dr. Wayne Dyer calls it let go and let God. And that's exactly what I did. I just let go and let God. It was a very, very emotional moment. And I took the load off of my shoulder and handed it to God. God, angels, whatever you believe in. Higher being, higher self. And my prayer was listened to. And then I within 48 hours, I met the man of my dreams. 9 days later, I proposed to him in a hot air balloon in Vegas. It's a whole another beautiful story of manifestation. It was a process. It was a process of like taking myself out of a very low point in my life and focusing on my vision, and going to the gym, going to yoga, martial arts, strengthening my body, eating well, watching funny YouTube videos, watching inspiration, going to seminars, eventually understanding that I also need to surrender in order to manifest my dream. Surrender not from a place of weakness and poor me or victimhood, surrendering to my higher power. I'm going to read this again. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fill all interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by thoughts. This is the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waters from 1910, long time ago. The whole idea of law of attraction and our projecting our thoughts into the field happened a long time ago. You can find it in ancient scripts and ancient cultures. This is not new. Feels like new age, but this is nothing on earth is new. This is not new knowledge. It's just a matter of us remembering, touching our souls and reminding our soul to remember that infinite field of infinite potential which we can step into and manifest into this 3D physical form. We manifest from higher dimension into this dimension, from the energetic into the physical. Everything that was created in this world started with an idea, inspired idea, and became a thought, and became an action, and was worked into this physical reality. Whether it's a car or a plane or a nice dish, it all started in the non-physical, created into the physical. Your life starts in the non-physical and move into the physical. Your manifestation happens in the non-physical and then it moves into the physical. Be happy and fulfilled where you are. So let's say you're working in a job you don't really like, but you really want another job or you feel really, really happy. Guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. As you excel in the job that is not so perfect for you, and you put 100% into it, and you're in amazing gratitude toward it, and you do your best, guess what? You're either going to get a promotion in that job and have a different peer group, or another job is going to open up for you. But if you're in blame and complain all day long, you're in a lower vibration, you won't be able to manifest what your dreams. It goes back to gratitude. It goes back to higher vibration and accepting exactly where you are and being grateful for where you are. If you wash dishes, wash them with a lot of joy. I saw this story recently. I don't remember exactly, but this guy who used to wash dishes and always made like a little dance and was super happy was eventually promoted to be the manager of the restaurant because of his attitude, because of his joy. Nothing was beneath him. If you have a job, Thank God you have a job. Thank God you're able to make money. Thank God for everything that you have right now. And more will come. But be happy and content in the moment. And from that place of being happy and content, really good things are going to show up in your life. Amazing things. Wonderful. Phenomenal. Guard your speech. That's a big one. This is something that I want to work on more even. Uh, where we can talk to people about lack and what we don't have, and yeah, this is not good, this is not good, and this never works. But the moment we do that, we are focusing on, like, as soon as we say something, there's a mental image that is created in our mind, and if that mental image is not what we want to have and not our dream, guess what, it's going to clash with our dream and push it further. Because if you're like doing all this manifestation work, but then a nice afternoon you go and you complain about what you don't have, but then you're going to go next morning, meditate, do the manifestation work, and then your neighbor's going to come and you're going to complain about what you don't have. How do you think this is going to work for you? Not as amazing as it could be if you just speak your dream into reality. Yes, things are going better and better. You don't have to say, "Oh my God, I'm amazing. I'm a billionaire now." That's a lie. But you say, "Yeah, thank God, things are getting better. Things that we're good. We're fine. Everything is improving." Slowly but surely, or don't even say that, things are getting better and better. This is something that your subconscious mind can work with, even if you're not in a great place. Because everybody know that everything can get better, right? Even when you say you're better, you already feel better. So things are getting better and better. So watch your speech. Watch what you are saying to yourself in the privacy of your home, and watch what you are saying to other people about your current dream or situation. It's very important to speak good. God created the world with a word. He said, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And a world, a whole world that we live in was created. You can create or you can destroy with your speech, with your conversation. So speak beautiful things into reality and speak in a way that lifts people up. Don't need to exaggerate. Speak your truth. Your truth is that you are getting better. Even now, after you listen to this, you are getting better. You have so much great information, you are already better. So things for you are getting better and better and better. So own it. Be active mentally, physically, emotionally. Uh, it's really easy to just be lazy and not work on your dreams. Just say, I want it, but then go and maybe watch something on YouTube. If you are determined to achieve your dreams, you work at it, and you work at it mentally. You take the time of your day to focus your vision. You write things down. You see your picture every day. This is mental effort. And from this mental effort, you're going to get inspired ideas to go to a retreat, to talk to a coach, to watch this, to take the right turn and go to your friend's house and have an inspiring conversation that will lead to something great. When you are inspired, you take inspired actions. When you take inspired actions, you manifest your dreams. We live in a world of action. It's not only mental. It starts with energy, goes into the 30, and from here we need to work with what we got. And all the right actions will happen from that inspired thoughts. So be active mentally, physically, take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your soul, take care of yourself, love yourself, hug yourself, do whatever you need to achieve your dreams. Because if there is a dream that dropped into your field, your psyche, it means that you can achieve it. We all have different dreams. My dreams are different than yours. Your dreams are different than your father or mother. Their dreams are different than their neighbor. But we all have different dreams. So why do they have one dream and you have another? It's because maybe God or an angel whispered in your ear that dream. Because in a world of full potential, you can step into it and manifest your reality into that beautiful vision of exactly what you want. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and do me a favor. If you like the podcast, please review it on Spotify and on Apple. And yeah, you can always contact me, Orion at orionsmethod.com. Go to my website, Orion's Method. And if I can help you with anything, I'm here for you. I love you very much. And I pray that you will manifest all your dreams for the highest and best good. Amen. I love you. Bye.